Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2.
Correct.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday. And of course, this is part of the 11 days of TAS. We started day one yesterday. Today is day two. Our next two episodes 3 and 4 from season 1 of Star Trek the Animated Series. And with me, of course, my beautiful wife, Suzanne, and of course, our beautiful babies, Moon Pie and Deja Vu. And today it is snowing. It's coming down. Right now it is 26 degrees Fahrenheit with heavy snow. So we got a snow blizzard coming through. So if I drop out, you'll know why. Snow blizzard. Okay. Got to get my glasses on so I can see. Alrighty. And as I said, I plan on doing this for the next 10 days, including today. I'll be finished, I hope, by the 18th of December, so about a week before Christmas, because I do have some other plans. Suzanne and I are going to go out this week on Friday, so there may not be a Friday show. We're going to go out and enjoy ourselves and go see a movie, have a nice lunch, and things like that. We're blessed to have some extra fundage this month, so we're gonna go and have we're gonna go see hopefully Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2. Our friend Larry from Be Yourself Adventurous saw it and said it was good. So yeah, so we're gonna go see that. Okay, we got one person. Thank you. Mwah. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right to it, and then I've got a little message for someone at the very end. Actually, a few someones. So we'll give that too. And of course, remember yesterday was the 45th anniversary of John Lennon's passing. So I did say a prayer that included him, a silent prayer for both Sean Lennon and Julian Lennon, and Sean Sean Ono Lennon and Julian Lennon from his first wife, and so on, and for Yoko. So hopefully all the family. It's still fresh in their minds. I know, even 45 years later. So let's hope that they can all get through it this year and every year after. All right, so the first episode that we're looking at today, season 1, episode 3, is One of Our Planets is Missing. And this is a top-rated episode, as yesteryear was yesterday. The crew of the Enterprise must stop a living planet-consuming cloud before it attacks an inhabited world. And that came out Saturday, September 22nd, 1973. That means when this came out, I was 8 years old. Whee! Yep, I just turned 8. Okay, this got a 6.7 out of 10 from over 1,100 people. So even though it's top rated, and according to IMDb's people, lots of other people don't think so. But that's okay. I gave it a 7, which is a C. So yeah. But I gave a C plus to the next one, which is season 1, episode 4, The Lorelei Signal, Saturday, September 29th, 1973, a week later. Female crew members must take over the Enterprise when the men are incapacitated by a race of sirens. Yes. So I gave that a high C plus. Yeah, that's a very good episode, I have to say. When you have Uhura, your communications officer, becoming the captain of the Enterprise and running it. Yeah, Christine Chapel, help me. Come on. We need to get these dumb men back up from the planet there of sirens. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll talk about that one too. Okay. Has anybody come in first in box? Not yet. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, let's see here. Take a look at the first one. Now remember, I'll do as much trivia as I can for these animated episodes, but I am not doing any goofs. And as I mentioned it just on the first episode we did yesterday. Ray Ellis, along with Norm Prescott, did the music, and it's the Filmation Studios that takes care of this, which is now owned by Paramount, apparently. Okay, so on this first episode, the director, of course, will be Hal Sutherland. I think he did all the episodes pretty much. Mark Daniels and DC Fontana wrote this episode. And let's see. And I already mentioned all the voices that apply: Shatner, Nimoy, Kelly, Takei, Nichelle Nichols, Majel Barrett, and of course James Doohan. There we go. Okay, and let's see if there's any additional cast and crew unmentioned. I could go with them first, I guess. Okay, so James Doohan not only does Scotty, he did a lot of other voices, voiceover work. He did the voice of Commodore Robert Wesley, and he also was the voice of Lieutenant Arex, Arex, who was one of the new crew members they added to the group there. Okay. Yes, and then Norm Prescott and Ray Ellis both did the composers of the theme song. So very cool. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the trivia. Okay, Lieutenant Arex appears for the second time here, and it is the first time where he speaks. Some of the shots of Earth shown to Spock on a computer screen as he is melding with the cloud intelligence of children running with the dog were taken from stock footage of Lassie's Rescue Rangers from 1973, which is a Filmation TV show simultaneous in production. This is where we see for the first time the Enterprise's antimatter nacelles, where Kirk and Scotty use the piece of villi extracted from the cloud creature to recharge the antimatter engines. Though Robert Wesley was played by John Duke in The Ultimate Computer in 1968, James Doohan provided his voice for the cartoon. Also, instead of the gold command tunic he wore then, here he can be seen wearing a blue one. The cloud creature is an amalgamation of the Doomsday Machine, which was the huge thing wandering into our galaxy that digests planets, the Immunity Syndrome, which was the huge living thing wandering into our galaxy that drains power from the Enterprise and which the Enterprise enters, and Obsession, which is that deadly living cloud capable of space travel. Okay, one of the few sound effects from Star Trek 1966 heard in the animated series is featured here: a klaxon alarm that goes off in Chief Engineer Vanderberg's office in The Devil in the Dark from 1967 episode, when the Horta steals the pump mechanism from the Pergium reactor. This star date, it takes place in 2269, and Katie Wesley was born in 2258. The uninhabited planet Alondra was probably named after Alondra Boulevard, a major thoroughfare in the Los Angeles area. And finally, the cloud being portrayed here paved the way for the introduction of other, more advanced, non-traditional life forms to be portrayed in future Star Trek films and series. Very cool. Okay, so, the soundtrack. Now we'll go to the cast and crew. Okay. And yep, we know the cast and crew. Everybody that voiced, including James Doohan. Here we go. Let's talk. Let's take a look at the director Hal Sutherland while we get a chance here, so you know a little bit about him. All right, Hal Sutherland did pass away in 2014. Not only was he a director, but he also worked in the art department and he was a production manager. He was born on July 1st, 1929 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA. He was a director and production manager known for Sabrina the Teenage Witch in 1971, and in 1968, The Adventures of Batman animated, and in 1979, he also worked on the Flash Gordon animated series. He died on January 16th, 2014 in Washington State, USA. He was 84 years old. He directed 61, and this is a director that he was for every one of these. For the 1969 to 1972 TV series animated Sabrina the Teenage Witch, he worked on 61 episodes of that. For The Adventures of Batman TV series in 1968, he worked on 3 episodes of that. In 1966, The New Adventures of Superman animated series. He worked on 4 episodes directing that. And then for the Flash Gordon TV series in 1979, he directed the entire series. So he took care of every single episode from that. That's so cool. All right. The last thing that he posthumously or was known for that he worked on was something called the Spook Year Collection. It's a video. And he directed one segment, which is the Fat Albert Halloween special in 2011. And then in 1987, before that, he worked on Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night animated movie, where he directed that. And then he also did direct one episode of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe animated TV series in 1983. And that episode is season 1, episode 17, called Daimar the Demon. Nice. All right, so that was the career mini bio of Hal Sutherland, who directed these episodes. Very cool. Okay, now we'll go ahead and take a look at our next episode. Like I said, the only way I would read something is if either the soundtrack's different, or if they've, like if they added a song, or if they have crazy credits. That's probably the only other things I would do. Okay. All right, so as we said, Hal Sutherland directed this next episode called The Lorelei Signal. And the writers for this episode were Margaret Arman and DC Fontana. Okay. And of course, all the voices are the same. And let's see. See if anybody else is unrecognized here. Let's see. No. Okay. So Sulu got a credit only for his voice. Okay. So in this female episode, Nichelle and Majel both did a lot more voices of the females involved. Not only, Nichelle did Uhura, but she also did Dara from The Planet, Davison, who was a female crew member on the Enterprise, and of course she did the voice of the Enterprise computer. And then Majel, she did Nurse Chapel, of course, but she also did Fila, who was a voice of a lady on the planet. And then, of course, Scotty, James Doohan, also did the voice of Lieutenant Carver, one of the men and the males there that got trapped down on the planet. So very cool. All right, let's look at the trivia. Cool. And then there is a spoiler, too. So awesome. All right. This is Nichelle Nichols' favorite episode because Uhura takes command of the Enterprise. The Lorelei Signal and an episode called The Eye of the Beholder in 1974 are the only times in any Star Trek incarnation when Lieutenant Uhura assumes command of the Enterprise. The title of this episode is a reference to the legend of the Lorelei, which is an old German tale of a beautiful woman who lured sailors to the Rhine, causing them to crash on the rocks, analogous to the sirens of ancient Greek mythology. The planet name, Taurus II, appears to be the same name as the hostile planet a party led by Spock crash landed on in the Galileo 7 episode from the original live-action series in 1967. The Star Trek Concordance, circa 1975, tried to explain this apparent inconsistency by mentioning that even on 20th century Earth, there were wild, untamed regions where, if a space traveler landed there, they would find it hard to believe that places such as London or Paris existed on the same planet. The installment marks the only time in the history of the franchise where Uhura can be heard saying, "Phasers on stun, fire." This takes place in Stardate 2269. Scott sings part of an old Welsh folk song, Ylhufen Melin, Yehufimelin, the Yellow Dream, in a segment that lasts over half a minute. And here's a couple of spoilers. When the head female shows Uhura the planet's history and that of her species, the image of a male of her species is actually that of a 1970s G.I. Joe action figure. And Unnatural Selection in 1989 had a similar aging theme and a solution using the transporter. Cool. Alrighty, so no goofs, no quotes. Let's see, the soundtrack. Right. So James doing singing the song Yehufen Melin. There we go. That's the one song. All right. There we go. And okay. All right, let's go back and look at the cast and crew. And you know what? We'll take a look at one of the writers. Her name is Margaret Arman. We discussed DC Fontana as well as Gene Roddenberry in previous episodes when we did TOS. So let's take a look at Margaret Arman. Okay. We did lose Margaret in 2003. She was born on September 9th, 1921 in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. She was a writer known for Star Trek in 1966, The $6 Million Man in 1974, and The Bionic Woman in 1976. She died on November 10th, 2003 in Woodland Hills in Los Angeles. She was 82 years old. Okay. Now, during the original series, she wrote on 3 different episodes. In season 2, episode 16, The Gamesters of Triskelion was one episode she wrote. And then in season 3, she wrote The Paradise Syndrome, which was season 3, episode 3. And then in season 3, episode 21, she actually wrote the teleplay, and that was called The Cloudminders. So Paradise Syndrome 68, and then The Cloudminders in 69. Very cool. Okay. Let's see. All right, for the $6 Million Man, she wrote the episode, season 2, episode 16, called Taneha. And in 1975, she was a writer for the Wide World of Mystery TV series. She wrote season 3, episode 23's episode, The Deadly Volley. And then in The Bionic Woman in 1978, she wrote for one episode, and that was season 3, episode 13. She not only did the teleplay, she also wrote the story, and it was called The Pyramid. So very cool. All right, and Margaret's last writing credit back in 1983 TV series, she wrote one episode for Emerald Point NAS, and that was season 1, episode 9. That was it. That was a soap opera sort of too. So yeah, episode 1, episode or season 1, episode 9. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Oh, cool. She also wrote one segment. I'll mention this here too. Besides Flamingo Road, where she did 4 episodes in 81. Back in 1981, she wrote for the TV series Fantasy Island, and she wrote a segment called Reprisal. And which was season 4, episode 10. There were 2 stories. One was High Off the Hog, and the other was Reprisal. And she wrote for the segment Reprisal in 81. That is awesome. All right, and that is Margaret Arman. Okay. All right, so that takes care of episodes 3 and 4. Tomorrow we'll continue our series with episodes 5 and 6, also from season 1. There we go. Okay. So we'll just give you a quick update. Tomorrow we'll be looking at More Troubles. Cyrano Jones returns. Yay! One of my favorites from this from the series. And then we've got The Survivor, and that comes episode 6. So very cool. The next 2 episodes of Star Trek, the animated series. All right. Okay, we don't have anybody in here yet, but we do have 2 likes already, so that's very cool. So awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, let's remind everybody, don't forget to hit the like if you like this episode today. Don't forget to share this with your friends and family and acquaintances. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to our channel. And of course, don't forget this wonderful little notification bell so that you can be notified of any future podcast when you subscribe. Make sure you hit all notifications. So any podcast, 1v1s I'll be doing next year, um, some other things I'll be doing, some live streams. Make sure you subscribe to them as well. And some of these webcams for the next few days. Like I said, I'll be doing this from now till Friday, take a break for one day, and then continue it on and just go to the end of the 22 episode series. 2 episodes a day. So that's what we're planning on doing. Okay, so before I get to the finale of the show, I just want to mention a couple things. Okay, so as you know, over the past few weeks, past few months, Suzanne and I went through some difficult heart problems. I won't go into too much detail, but we went through those back in November. We did lose a few friends, just by guilt by association. That's really what it was. Um, so I'm going to tell the people that have got us blocked, because I know the people I have blocked. I won't mention any names. I'm not that way. I don't. I'm not. I try not to be vindictive unless it's really required and I'm going to say somebody. But no, they know who they are. So I'm just going to say, if you're blocked and you blocked us, go ahead and keep us blocked, because we got way too much stuff going on in the next few weeks and months. Suzanne and I have a lot of personal things that we have to attend to, and we don't need the drama. So if you really do care, I'm only going to say this one time. If you really do care about our channel and you really want to be a part of us and to promote other people's channels too and have the kindness that you receive, no animosity, no bitterness, then come to this channel. Otherwise, go away. That's all I'm going to say. Just go away. Okay? That's all I'm going to ask. Hello there, Jim, Commodore Productions 01. He does his Boom Claws show on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, all the way up until the end of this month. And he might continue it too after that, he said, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you folks get a chance to check out Boom Claws. It's good to see you there, Jim. Hello. Welcome, sir. Okay, well, I've said my piece as far as the rest of that goes. So whoever doesn't like us, continue to just do what you want to do. We don't care. We have a lot of other things to worry about, and we do have friends that we still care for, like Jim here, that we will still support and we'll still take care of their channels. But anybody else that doesn't like us anymore, fine, go away. Yeah, thanks for the plug. LOL. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jim. Now we had a good meal today. We had some roast beef, mashed potatoes, some cooked carrots. It was a nice little pre-Christmas luncheon, and we had some lemon cake for dessert. So I wish lemon pie were here. We could have just said, "Hey, lemon, we just had your lemon pie cake for dessert." Yeah, and drinks and everything. No, it went pretty well. It was fine. We had to wait a while, but eventually we had some good meal. Also, the snow just fell. Right now it's snowing, and what's the temperature again? Let me see that. Yeek. There we go. 28 degrees Fahrenheit and snow. We just had some heavy snow, and now we got some other snow falling. So, yeah, so that's what's going on right now. It's full of snow there on the ground. And like I said, there's no set time. We're just doing the 2 episodes, like I said, 2 episodes from, episodes from the TAS from now until the end of next week, till Friday. But we are taking one day off. We're going to just go somewhere on the 12th and enjoy ourselves. So maybe go look at some other places we haven't really seen yet. So we just want to take a look at some stuff. But otherwise, I'm glad you're here, Jim. Thank you so much for being here as a part of us. And yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there for you, Jim, on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, after I do these episodes, and I really don't plan on anything else. I'll be doing two more. I'll be doing two other shows besides. Yeah, I'll be doing two other shows besides Boom Claws with Jim. I will be doing on the 20th. We'll be doing, or 19th. I'm sorry, on December 19th, we'll be doing the Nostalgic Pod Blast, and yeah. So let's see. Okay. Yeah. So we'll be talking about the on the actually on the 13th. I stand corrected. Okay, so yeah. So the 13th at 2 p.m. is when I'll be talking over with Chance Bartels. He's our Nostalgic Podcast host, and we'll be planning the Christmas show, pre-Christmas show for the 20th, which is Saturday, the following Saturday at 5:35 p.m. Eastern is when that pre-show is, and then on the let's see. Then on the 23rd at about 11 p.m. Eastern, 11:30. I'm sorry, 11:30 p.m. Eastern is the Hilljack Happy Hour, and we'll be doing our pre-Christmas 2 days before Thursday, which is the 25th. So that's what's coming up. That's what we got going on. So I'm gonna put all this back here, back in place. Okay. All right. So like I said, keep an eye out for me on Boom Claws Jim's channel, the Nostalgic Pod Blast on Chance's channel, and the Hilljack Happy Hour on Sabrina and Seth's channel coming up in the following weeks. And that should be it. So, ah, excuse me. Okay. So, want to thank Jim, Commodore Productions #1, LLC. Make sure you go to Jim's channel there, and it just type it in there in the YouTube search pattern buffer. You should have a live interview of me. Yeah, I haven't done one yet. Uh, Let me know when the best time, and we could do one there, Commodore. Let me know, because I would love to do a live interview of you. I haven't done one yet. You're right, and I would love to do one. So, you know how to reach me on Facebook on Messenger. Just let me know when's a good time, and we'll do that together. It'll just be the two of us. Yeah, we won't have Captain up there, nobody else. It's just the two of us up there for a 1v1 interview. Now, let me know when you want to do that. I still have time left on my free plan for the StreamYard, so we can do it anytime from now until the end. Anytime from tomorrow until the end of the month. Let me know when you would like to do that. We can do one. Absolutely. Thanks for letting me know, Jim. I appreciate that. Yeah, we can do one. It's no problem. Okay. So, as I like to say, prayers out to Jim. Prayers out to all of our other friends. Hopefully, everything goes well with them at least till the end of the year, and hopefully into next year. And all of our subscribers who are not just subs, but they're also our family members, extended to our family as well. So let's hope they all have good holidays, good Christmas this year, and New Year's. And be careful out there. Don't go out there on New Year's Eve drunk. Don't do that. And if you go have a lot of fun, take a cab home, okay? We don't want you to be another statistic. That's not cool. Yeah, just go enjoy yourselves. When you're ready to go home, take a cab home. Safest way, don't have to worry about anything. So, yeah. Hi, sir. There you go. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. All right. So, uh, as my beautiful wife Suzanne likes to say, leave everything in God's hands. Good advice. As my brother Larry of 50 years, which we're going to celebrate an anniversary next year, 50 years of friendship, hopefully with a lot of our old gang, such as Patrick, such as James, such as Phil, my brother, everybody else. Yeah, we'll try to get them all together. John North, if we can. That'd be great. Yeah, I would love to have all of us there. So that'll be next year. Don't forget the big reveal on January 1st. I'll let you know what we're planning on, what things we got set up for that we're doing next year. Maybe a few more 1v1 interviews. You let me know in the community who you would like for me to interview next time. We can do a live stream for that. So we know we've got Jim on the docket right now, so we'll take care of Jim. But after that, let me know if there's anybody in the community that would like to be interviewed by me. 1v1, it's always fun. Just let me know. Just as long as you know me in Facebook, send me a message right there. Facebook Messenger. Let me know what's happening. Okay. Take care. You too. You too, Jim. God bless you, sir. Take care. Alrighty. And on behalf of Jim and Brother Matt, I want to thank them both again for allowing me to say, remember, you never know what you'll hear or see me next. So make sure you come check me out. Try to find me on YouTube. I'm not that hard to find. I stand out pretty well. So, come and look for me. Let's see. What else is going on? Okay. And of course, last but not least, and now the aisle is closed. On behalf of Gene Siskel from Siskel and Ebert at the movies, and the one with the fat man, Roger Ebert. So thank you so much, Siskel Family Foundation, for allowing me to say that at the end of my shows. Okay, and finally, one big prayer for all of the world. Remember, we just have one of it. So remember, make sure you go out there, become the guardians, the future guardians and stewards to take care of your future generations of children, adults, seniors, relatives, whoever you need, so they can go out there and be able to see the beauty and the wonderful landscapes that stand out and the landmarks that are still in place for all of the different places in the world. So let's say a prayer for all of them. Also, let's pray for one fragile, happy peace this year. I want to see a Christmas where there's not a single death, a single pain, no more tragedy, no more fighting, no wars, nothing. I would like to see one Christmas where we're all happy and there's peace around the world. It's rare. It has happened before, not very often, but if we can get it done this year, it would mean the world to both of us because that's all we want. This channel, ChattyBloggerMS, MS, of course, standing for Mikey Sues, is all about the attempts at kindness, generosity, no animosity, no anger, no hatred. That's what we try to promote. And we do the best we can. We're not perfect people. We know that. But we do the best we can. So thank God for that. And thank God for bringing us together. So, on behalf of myself, my beautiful wife Suzanne, our beautiful cats, Deja Vu and Moon Pie, we want to thank all of you. And of course, on behalf of Jim here, Commodore Productions 01, for being in the chat with us today. Thank you so much. And of course, my beautiful wife being in the chat too, supervising. Thank you all for listening to us here. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with our next two episodes, season 1, episode 5 and 6 of Amen. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Remind me. Thank you, sir. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow for TAS Part 3. And everybody take care of yourselves out there. Be safe. We know it's been snowing a lot. We know there's been some icy roads. So when you go and travel to go see your families this year, wherever you go and however you go, be safe. Please be safe out there. All right. God bless everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Whatever the time is. There's no set time. So we'll see you tomorrow. There we go.